Nancy Burt-Preece here, Independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I am sharing a card today made by Karin Braxton, and I think it's really neat. It is using the, what is the DSP called? It's just gorgeous DSP. It is Lights of Aurora. I mean, the images are just gorgeous. So, just so pretty. So this is Case from Karin Braxton. So what she did is she took a piece, and I'm tweaking it up a little bit, but she took a piece of cardstock. I'm using Blackberry Bliss, and it is 5.5 by 6, scored on the 6th side at 4 1/4. So you have this kind of funny looking thing. Now, if you cut your designer series paper, if you cut it, and this one is not cut correctly, let's make sure I get one that is, you're going to cut it at, I'd probably do it on this dark side, a 1/2 inch off. So you have 6 by 5.5. When you cut it in half at 3, you have pieces for 2 cards. So the DSP is 3 by 5.5. So just an easy way to do that. Then I have, this is where I tweaked up a little bit from her design. I have Azure Afternoon 1.5 by 5.5. I scored with the birch. Seems weird, but it almost looks like streams of light when you put it this way. And this is the Blackberry 1 1/4 by 5.5. I also use the Textured Notes dies for the sentiment. And this is that little last, oops, that's 1.5 by 3 of Azure. What else do we need? Oh, your inside white, which is your regular card base, 4 by 5 1/4. Here's this. I think that's all we need. So let's get that off and put it together. This is really a very easy card. So what you're going to do is you're going to put a little adhesive. I'm just going to use a little green glue, just so once again, so I can wiggle a little, right on the very edge. You don't want to go in too far. Then I'm going to line the designer series paper up at the bottom. You notice how I'm just kind of tapping it down, and I shut the card. Is that, I'm like, oh, that is so easy. And then it's got this really pretty inside. What I did, and I didn't get one ready, but I just put a strip 3/4 by 4 because I felt like it needed a little bit on the inside. So what I'm using is the Light and Wonder bundle, and I'm putting Wishing You a Year of Light. You could put Wonder, Magic, whatever. And then I didn't put it on the original card, but I'm going to have this out at my classes because from Delicate Pines, I thought Celebrate the Season, or It's the Most Magical Time of Year would really work if you didn't want exactly the word light on the inside. I am going to put the word light on the inside, but you can be flexible on whatever it is you want. Okay, there's light. I just think that is really pretty. I'm using Azure Afternoon ink. And if it wasn't for this designer series paper, I would never put Blackberry Bliss and Azure Afternoon together. I just wouldn't. And with this paper, it's really pretty. So I didn't get the strip ready, but just know a 3/4 by 4 inch strip goes on the inside. Now I'm going to put my 1.5 inch strip, which is my Azure. Okay. Then I'm going to put my embossed piece. Can you use either side of the embossed piece? Yeah, that's a personal preference. There is no wrong or right. She had it all in the dark. I really felt we needed a little bit of the azure to pop it up a little on the front, because then it just kind of added a little pizzazz there. I'm going to put wishing you a year of and then that's in the blackberry. And I'm going to adhere it to this. And I'm going to pop that up on the front. This is for my October classes because we're trying to add a few more holiday cards in there. And I just think this one is nice because you could use it around New Year's. You could use it as the holiday if you want to send it out as a Christmas card. You can do anything, and it's different. It's just very different. I'm putting this down here. I was going to put it up farther. My husband's like, you got to let that paper have the part there. Now, these come with this sweet frosted iridescent dots. So you could put, I might use a different color this time. I use kind of this clearish one. I might use I don't know, do I like a bluish one? Yeah, let me do a bluish one this time. So there is no wrong or right on that either. So a fun, relatively easy card. And it's just very different. People get that in the mail and they'll be like, wow, that is really different. So I hope you try and challenge yourself to make this card sketch. Sorry, I keep putting that up too far. And have a wonderful day.